Hi, I'm Nan Simonson. I am a health and wellness coach, certified and working as a lifestyle and health coach at a lifestyle medical practice. Been doing that for 5 years, and I've seen the remarkable results that we get with lifestyle to keep people healthy, but also to reverse chronic illness and disease. And I cook with one of those pillars of lifestyle medicine, and that is a whole food plant-based diet. I wrote my book, Aging Powerfully, nearly 3 years ago, and I still stick with those same precepts that a whole food plant-based diet can save your life. So what I've done, and I don't add oil and I don't add refined sugars. I use natural ingredients like date paste. I have, this was 3 cups of chopped onion. It was a large, well, it was 2 large onions. And I dry sauteed them, meaning that I put them in a pan dry. They get slightly brown. I kept adding broth. Where's my broth? Oh, I'll go and get it in a minute. So that it wouldn't burn, and you can see they browned, and they browned beautifully. I'm going to add some chopped bell pepper. Oh, what am I making here? Let me tell you. I'm going to a party tonight. I'm already dressed for it. I'm just going to put a shawl on. A birthday party of a friend. There will be 12 to 15 people there. They are going to be doing mushroom tacos, and they're not vegan. But when they have this group of us over, they are vegan some of the time, but not completely. So the point is, when they have a certain group of us over, it's a vegan meal. We all bring something. And I'm bringing the Spanish rice to go along with their mushroom tacos and a lovely salad somebody else is going to bring in. Who knows what else we're going to get, but it's going to be a great meal. So I'm doing a Spanish rice with cooked rice. So just moments ago, I did another video showing how I do massive amounts, any amount of rice in my rice cooker. No, I don't mean that. In the Instapot, sorry, in the Instapot. And I tripled this recipe that started with 1 cup of rice in the rice cooker and 1.5 cups of water, and just tripled that. But you're going to want to watch that video or get Jill Nissenau's book on vegan under pressure, because as she says, when you multiply grains in the Instapot, you don't multiply the liquid. Her general rule is you cut back by 1/4 cup each time you multiply. So I did 3 cups of rice here in my Instapot, and it would for the first cup 1.5 cups of water, second cup 1.25 cups of water, third cup 1 cup of water. So what was that? Was that 3 3/4 cup or 2, whatever it was, but it came out beautifully. So I laid it all on a tray just to kind of cool it off and dry it out a little bit for this dish. And I have here, now I'm going to let this cook a little bit longer. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let it cook, kind of soften the vegetables so that they have a chance to saute. Then I'm going to add some chili powder and oregano and cumin and some chipotle powder, and all that's part of the recipe. And yes, I'm adding some salt. And I have 9 cups of the rice that I made in the Instapot. And I always use a whole grain, so I use brown rice. Forget white rice. It may taste delicious, but it doesn't do much for us. Low in protein, low in fiber, and brown rice is a superstar as it relates to that. I'll be adding some chopped garlic and canned tomatoes. And I've made this, I don't know how many times. I've even had so much, and I hope I do tonight. I hope that we serve it and I get to bring a lot home because it freezes beautifully. And then I'm able to serve it for a taco meal or, any kind of a Latin flavored meal on the side. So again, well, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and just stir this in. I think these are getting soft and I can just cook a little longer if I have to. So I'm going to add to my lightly sauteed vegetables something that I like to do, which is the spices into I call it dry sauteed vegetables. By then they're a little bit moist, and quite often to keep the onion from burning, you just keep adding a little bit of broth, but it burns off, it caramelizes the onion better. But what I'm doing now, you can't smell it, man, I can, is that I'm toasting these spices to really bring out their flavor, and it takes no more than maybe a minute and a half to do. You know, it's funny because as I'm talking to you about this dish, what is this dish? It's a starch dish. What do I believe about starches? That they are the foundation, the fundamentals of a plant-based diet. When people don't do plant-based well, it's because they're not eating enough starch to fill themselves up to satiety, and we use the whole grain starches so we get all the nutrients in it. And I'm wearing a little black dress for tonight, but look for my little black dress and whole food plant-based fashion show. I tie the two together because the little black dress can be dressed up, dressed down, worn, casually worn, dressed up. It's a basis of, at least for some of us, our closet. Some people prefer navy blue or grays or a certain color of green as the foundation, but the little black dress is famous for its versatility, but so are starches. So I'm going to be adding 9 cups of brown rice. And I could eat this just plain. As a matter of fact, when I take it out of the Instapot, just like my oat groats, as with, I should say, my oat groats. I should have put the garlic in them, but I didn't. As with my oat groats, as with my forbidden rice, as with, oh man, quinoa. When I do them in the Instapot, and there's so much that I need to cool them off, I'll put them on a cookie sheet, lay them out with a big fork and just kind of fluff them. Or if it's not too much, a big plate. And I always take a few spoonsful or forks full because I just love it. Now, I'm adding diced tomato, and this one has basil and garlic in it, and so does this one. But you don't have to do that. These are Mere Glen. This one is fire roasted, diced, and it has chipotle peppers. I have found that if I use too much of this, and what I'm going to do is I just hate wasting anything. I'm going to run a little bit of broth or water around this and add it to this. I think I'm going to need a little bit more broth. But if you could smell this, you would think, oh, I want to be there tonight. I want that Spanish rice. I can show it to you though because it's just beautiful. So I'm going to be cooking it about, actually what I may do is just turn it all off, add some more broth by cleaning out those cans, and just let it sit here because we get to the party at 6:30. They're only 15 minutes away, and I think I'll do that 20 minutes of cooking just before we go. Isn't this versatile? Isn't this perfect? Starches. And anytime we go to a party and I worry that there's not going to be something or enough for us to eat, if it's a mixed crowd, I always bring a starch dish. Baked beans or something like this, just something that has beautiful starches and vegetables added. You saw how many vegetables we had in here because my husband and I can always eat a big plateful and find maybe something else that hasn't been either drenched with oil or covered with, let's just say, animal product, which we won't eat. We don't eat butter or cream or cheeses or any animal, including fish. Okay, I'm just going to leave that, put some moisture in it, turn it off, get back to it a little later. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you consider, when it's done, I'll take a picture and put it at the end of the video. But I wonder, I don't have a spoon here, but I'm going to make sure my seasonings are good. Plus, I just want a bite. Oh. And it hasn't even blended. And that's marvelous. Yahoo! All right, have a great day. You know I'm going to, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.